How much should one season be worth? Now I'm asking this because in March 2025, Yan Diomande made his debut in one of Europe's top 5 major leagues. And by the end of that spell, he had made 10 senior appearances for Leganes. Leipzig then paid 20 million, 10 appearances, a 20 million transfer, 1 Bundesliga season. Now, a reported €100 million offer from Real Madrid. Liverpool and PSG have also been linked. And Diomande is still only 19. That sounds like the transfer market losing all sense of proportion. But it's not all completely irrational. Because clubs are not only pricing the goals he scored last season, they are pricing a skill that almost nobody in Europe could match, and the possibility that the rest of his game has only just begun to catch up. So what did one season reveal that made Yan Diomande roughly 6 times more expensive? Diomande's rise can be compressed into a sequence that barely sounds believable. He was born in Abidjan. He developed at DME Academy in Florida. He had a trial with Rangers, returned to the United States, and then signed his first professional contract with Leganes. His senior debut came against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. By the end of the season, he had played 10 first-team matches, scoring twice and providing 1 assist. That was the entire professional sample Leipzig used to make their decision. 10 games, 3 direct goal contributions, and a €20 million release clause. Leipzig were not buying a proven Bundesliga winger. They were buying speed, technique, physical potential, and whatever their recruitment model believed those 10 matches could become. 12 months later, other clubs were reportedly being asked to pay approximately 6 times as much. The important question is what changed between those 2 valuations. The obvious answer would be his goals and assists, but that is not the number that best explains the interest. At the end of the season, StatMuse credited Diomande with 115 completed dribbles. That number becomes more meaningful when the rest of the leaderboard appears. Nusa finished second with 68. Michael Olise had 63. Luis Diaz had 58. Joel Fujita had 48. The distance between Diomande and second place was 47 successful dribbles. You could remove more than 40% of Diomande's total and he would still be level with the next player. This wasn't a narrow victory produced by an extra match or 2. It was a statistical separation. And there was another number behind it. The Bundesliga official statistics credited Diomande with 437 duels won, the most of any player in that competition. That does not make him the league's best defensive player. It shows how much of his football took place inside direct contests, receiving the ball under pressure, protecting the ball, attacking a defender, recovering after losing it, and then doing it again. But leading a league in dribbling does not automatically make someone worth 100 million. Volume can be influenced by a team's system. A player can repeatedly attempt difficult actions without consistently improving the attack. And not every successful dribble has the same value. To understand why clubs care about Diomande's number, we have to understand what those dribbles actually look like. The amount of dribbles completed alone does not explain why Diomande's dribbling attracted so much attention. The difference is variety. He can receive with no obvious advantage, slow the defender down, then accelerate past him. He can attack outside, he can move infield. And because he is comfortable playing from either wing, defenders cannot prepare for the same movement every time. He does not rely on elaborate tricks or perfect situations. Sometimes, the ball reaches him while the defense is organized and nothing appears to be available. A few seconds later, one defender has been removed from the attack. That ability to create separation when the situation initially looks neutral is what makes the dribbling valuable. But beating the defender is only the beginning. The most important question is, what happens next? Dribbling can build a highlight reel. it cannot justify a 9-figure transfer fee on its own. Across 33 Bundesliga appearances, Diomande scored 12 goals and provided 8 assists. 20 direct goal contributions in his first Bundesliga season. None of the goals were penalties. StatMuse also records 53 shots, 26 shots on target, and 200 touches inside the opposition penalty area. So this was not a player repeatedly beating opponents in harmless positions and then disappearing from the attack. He was reaching the box, shooting, and contributing to goals. The important question is whether Diomande's dribbling actually improved the attack. And across the season, it repeatedly did. He could carry through the midfield and release a runner, or move infield and finish the attack himself. Different actions, different outcomes. But the dribble consistently moved Leipzig closer to goal. And that's what turns volume into value. There was still obvious doubt, and rightly so. Leipzig play vertically. Their structure creates transition opportunities and regularly places their wide players into direct contests. Perhaps Diomande's numbers describe the environment as much as the player. The World Cup offered a small but useful stress test. Different teammates, different opponents, a slower tournament environment, and considerably less time to establish patterns. During Côte d'Ivoire's campaign, Diomande created 11 chances at a rate of approximately 3 per 90 minutes. He also completed at least 10 dribbles and registered assists against Germany and Curacao. The sample was far too small to prove that he was worth 100 million. It did something more limited. It weakened the argument that his attacking profile existed only because Leipzig had constructed the perfect conditions around him. The shirt changed, the structure changed. The ability to carry the ball, defeat opponents, and create chances remained the same. The clubs linked with Diomande did not all play the same. They did not need to. For a possession-dominant side, he can receive against an organised defence and create separation without waiting for an overlap or a complicated passing sequence. For a transition side, he can collect the ball in his own half and carry the attack forward before the opposition recovers its shape. For an aggressive pressing team, his dual involvement, acceleration, and counter-pressing allow him to contribute when possession changes hands. The role can change. The mechanism remains the same. And that's why clubs with difficult tactical needs can arrive at the same name. They are not necessarily buying the same version of Diomande. They are buying access to the same rare skill. None of this means Diomande is already worth 100 million purely on ability. A transfer fee is where performance, scarcity, potential, and negotiating power must meet. He produced 12 goals and 8 assists while leading the Bundesliga dribbling numbers by an enormous margin. He did this all at 19. He can play on either wing, and Leipzig have him under contract until 2030, with several of Europe's richest clubs reportedly interested. At 25, the same season might establish him as an excellent winger. At 19, it allows clubs to imagine owning the next 6 years of his development. The price is not simply a reward for the player Diomande was last season. It's the cost of convincing Leipzig to surrender control of what he might become. But there's a massive problem. Diomande has completed only one full Bundesliga season. High-volume dribblers also lose possession frequently. The same freedom that allows him to attempt 7 take-ons in one match may not exist at a club where every attack passes through several established stars. He may receive fewer touches. Opponents may defend him with 2 players. And against a deeper defensive block, beating the first defender may only move him towards a second one. The next stage of his development will not be measured by whether he can repeat 115 completed dribbles. It will be measured by whether he can create the same value from fewer attempts. What happens when 7 attempted dribbles becomes 3? Does he recognize when the pass is more valuable than a take-on? Can he influence games when the defender refuses to engage? Can he maintain his output when there is less transition space? And can his decision making develop quickly enough to justify a fee that already assumes future improvement? This is the danger hidden inside the valuation. The risk is not that Diomande cannot beat defenders. He's already demonstrated he can. The risk is that a buying club would be paying today for the complete attacker they hope he becomes. Yan Diomande did not become a €100 million player because he proved that he's already one of the best footballers in the world. He became one because last season revealed something rare at an unusually young age. The 12 goals and 8 assists showed the outcome. The 115 completed dribbles showed the raw ability. The World Cup suggested that he could survive outside of Leipzig. And his age and contract ensured that access to his future would not be cheap. One season is not enough to know what Diomande will become, but it was enough to understand why Europe's richest clubs may not be willing to wait until the answer is obvious. They are not only competing for the player Diomande is now, they are competing for the right to own the next version.